Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, what we're witnessing right now in the heart of this franchise is a story that's been brewing for quite some time, and it's not just about wins or losses. No, it's about identity, legacy, and the relentless pursuit of greatness that the Steelers are known for. And right at the center of this storm is T.J. Watt, one of the most electrifying defenders in the entire NFL. Watt, who has been with the Steelers for 8 seasons now, has become the heartbeat of that defense, a player who can turn the tide of any game with his explosiveness, intelligence, and relentless motor. But recently, Watt made some quite candid comments that have sent shockwaves through the Steelers community and beyond. During an interview with Graham Bensinger, Watt didn't hold back. He openly admitted that the Steelers, under Mike Tomlin's leadership, have been, frankly, mediocre. Can you believe that? After all the history, the championships, the legendary players that have worn the black and gold, Watt is saying that the team has fallen short of expectations, and he's not afraid to speak his mind about it. He said very clearly that winning a Super Bowl is the ultimate motivator for him. That's what drives him every single day. But more than that, he emphasized that winning even a single playoff game is what keeps him awake at night. And that's a big deal coming from a player of his caliber. Watt's words aren't just bravado, they're a reflection of frustration, of a player who's invested so much in this franchise, and yet, year after year, finds himself and his team stuck in the same cycle of playoff disappointment. And let's be honest, for a franchise with 6 Super Bowls, a history rich with legendary moments and iconic players, this is unacceptable. Watt made it clear that he feels a personal responsibility for that he's got to answer for this lack of postseason success. It's a candid, raw confession that shows just how much this team's struggles weigh on him. Despite being one of the most dominant players in the NFL, a player who can change games single-handedly with his pass rush ability, his relentless pursuit of quarterbacks, and his overall impact on the defense, Watt's frustration isn't just about individual accolades. It's about the team's inability to capitalize on his talent and that of his teammates. And folks, that's where the story gets even more interesting. Because in the NFL, it's not just about individual brilliance, it's about team success, about championships, about legacy. Watt's comments highlight a deeper issue that has haunted the Steelers for years, that elusive Super Bowl victory. And despite his stellar play, the team has consistently fallen short when it matters most. Now, the Steelers have been in a bit of a transition period lately. They've had their ups and downs, sure, but what's clear is that Watt remains committed. Just a few weeks ago, he signed a 3-year extension that keeps him in Pittsburgh through 2028. That's a huge deal, not just financially, and Watt is currently the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history, with a staggering $123 million contract that includes $108 million fully guaranteed and an average annual salary of $41 million, but also in terms of his loyalty. He's sticking around, committed to building something special, but at the same time, his words remind us that he's not just about the money or individual success. He's about winning. He's about leaving a legacy that transcends personal stats and contracts. He wants to bring that Lombardi trophy back to Pittsburgh to restore the team's reputation as a championship powerhouse. And here's the kicker. Despite his individual brilliance and the massive contract, Watt has been visibly frustrated with the team's recent playoff failures. It's something that's been bubbling under the surface for a while, but these comments made it clear he's tired of the cycle. He feels that he can make a real difference, that his presence and leadership can help push this team over the edge. But it's not just about Watt. It's about the organization, about whether they're doing enough to give him the support he needs to finally get that elusive postseason success. Because let's face it, as much as Watt is a star, football is a team sport, and without the proper pieces around him, it's hard to see the Steelers making that leap. Now, in recent weeks, there's been a lot of talk about the Steelers' future, especially with the potential addition of Aaron Rodgers. Reports suggest that the team and Mike Tomlin truly believe they can contend for a Super Bowl with Rodgers under center. And that's a game changer. Think about it, a quarterback of Rodgers' caliber, combined with the Steelers' already formidable defense led by Watt, could be a recipe for greatness. But it's not just about adding a star quarterback. It's about the mindset, the strategy, the culture that's been cultivated in Pittsburgh over the decades. And Watt's words are a stark reminder that, for him, it's about more than just being competitive, it's about winning it all. The Steelers have always been a team rooted in resilience, toughness, and a never-say-die attitude. But even the most passionate fans have to admit that recent seasons have been a bit of a letdown. They've come close but haven't been able to seal the deal, especially in the playoffs. That's why Watt's comments are so significant. They're a wake-up call, a challenge to the organization to step up and finally deliver that championship. And let's not forget, Watt is not just a player. He's a leader, a symbol of what the Steelers stand for. When he speaks, the entire team and fanbase listen. His words carry weight, and they motivate the entire locker room to push harder, to believe that a Super Bowl isn't just a dream, but an achievable goal. Looking ahead, the Steelers face some critical questions. Will they be able to upgrade the offense enough to support Rodgers if he joins? Will the defense, led by Watt, continue to dominate and finally get the team over that playoff hump? And most importantly, will Watt's leadership and his candid honesty inspire this team to finally break through? The next few months will be decisive. The team's management, coaching staff, and players all have to step up and turn these words into action. Because, for Steelers fans, the hope is that all of this turmoil, all of this honesty will lead to a new chapter, one where the franchise climbs back to the top and captures that 7th Lombardi trophy. And folks, that's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just about a player's frustrations. It's about a franchise with a storied history, about a city that lives and breathes Steelers football, and about a team that's hungry for redemption. Watt's comments are a reminder that even in the face of disappointment, the spirit of Pittsburgh football remains unbreakable. They're a call to action, a challenge to everyone involved to do better, to aim higher, and to finally bring the glory days back. So as we look forward to the upcoming season, all eyes will be on Watt, on the coaching staff, and on the potential new additions like Rodgers. Can they finally turn things around? Can Watt, with his relentless drive and leadership, help lead this team back to the promised land? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the passion, the desire, and the hunger to win are alive and well in Pittsburgh. And that's what keeps us all glued to the black and gold. The journey is far from over, and the story of the Steelers is still being written. We're just getting started, and I promise the best is yet to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all of this? Do you believe Watt's honesty will spark a change within the organization? Are you confident that with Rodgers or even with the current squad, Pittsburgh can finally break that playoff curse and bring home another Super Bowl trophy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Remember, this is a community, a family of passionate fans who live and breathe every game, every play, every moment. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Because in Pittsburgh, the spirit of football is alive and kicking, and the journey to redemption is just getting started. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's go Steelers!